Good morning. I'm glad to welcome all the participants of our forum. And today, I would like to tell you about the connections communities that can be intuitive and attractive with the help of the Highlights app. Just a few words about myself. I've been working at Beggar-All over 2 years. I was born in Moscow and I'm living in Munich. I studied linguistics at the Moscow Region State University, as well as computational linguistics at Munich University. Beggar-All is providing consulting services, supporting business projects using digital services. Our team provides full support concerning HCL connections at all the project stages. I'm providing all the necessary figures that you can familiarize yourself with. Upon the end of my presentation, I will definitely send it to you. The headquarters is located in Munich, and we also have representatives in Romania and Brazil. We provide support not only using the HCL technologies, but also using Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and others. Our customers include Continental, MIM, Allianz, Lufthansa, etc. And now I would like to move on to my presentation itself. The connection communities can be intuitive and attractive using the Highlights app. What do we mean under intuitive? This semantic cloud shows us that intuitive is sometimes used with such words as consistent, reliable, unique. That means that the layout of our community should be consistent, reliable, not cumbersome, pleasant, and attractive. Using this example, I would like to show you what it means that the interface is not intuitive. We see a lot of free space unused. There is a lack of navigation, and we do not have any info on the participants of this community. And there is a polar opposite example of an intuitive community, a minimum of navigation, participant functions, and a structured layout. We understand that it is easy to find any information in this community. It is accessible, which makes our work more convenient. The Highlights app helps us create such type of community. So how does it do it for a certain target audience? Let's do it together step by step. First of all, we need to create the community itself. Delete the widgets, add the Highlights app, add sub-community that is needed to navigate highlights. We need to add wiki to the sub-community, define the navigation menu, define the community grid, add some widgets, and process all the settings for widgets. First of all, we create the community. Then we move on to define the access level. What type of community is it? Private, only for the registered users, or it is accessible to everybody? So here is the community with no settings changed. The next step is adding the Highlights app. We choose this Highlights app and we rename this app. We rename it to Hub and we move it to the left column. After that, we create a sub-community to navigate the community. We choose this action and add the app. So creating a sub-community. It is necessary to navigate within the main community. Then we clear, that is, delete the necessary widgets. We click those 3 dots at each widget and choose delete from the list. Then we add wiki, the wiki page. We choose wiki as the home page of our navigation. The home page is wiki now. The next step is very important. We inherit all the participants in the sub-community so that the sub-community participants would have the same rights as the participants in the main community. That is an integral step. This is the Highlights app without any changes in the settings. Then we press the tab of Settings, Page Parameters, and Table Symbol. And we choose the table. I've chosen Grid 3. We add navigation. Click on Show Additional Ones and specify our sub-community as the source. Our menu orientation will be from the top. Then, right now we're in a sub-community. In this case, we define the navigation elements for our main community. Right now, I want to show you how this navigation looks like. So currently, the menu has General, Surfing in the English Garden, Lakes near Munich, Hiking. The same menu can be seen in the main community, in the navigation menu. Then we define the hub as the home page of our community, which is homepage, hub. Then we delete the unnecessary widgets. This is just the navigation menu. We clear the space and add a block app. We click on the list of actions and add our app and add the block app. We rename it to the news. We change the order of applications and move news to the left column under hub. So now we see our order at the upper panel of our community has been changed. Participants, hub, news, forums. And so we see that it goes from left top to right bottom. We have 44 various widgets in our Highlight app, but we do not need all of them. So we'll be using just the news slides, tag cloud, the newsfeed ATOM RSS, forum files, and the user's choice. So, Highlight app. We add these widgets. How do we do it? We press Customize, create a widget. For example, the New Slides widget. We write it ID, create. We choose the height and channels, the number of elements that will be shown, and provide all the settings. The next widget is the tag cloud. Then we provide settings for our ATOM RSS newsfeed. We have a URL channel, add the newsfeed from a news portal, the number of elements, and the number of pages that we have. So this is how it all looks like in the end. These news will be automatically updated depending on the website update. The next widget is adding the forum. We provide a source for it, our main community. Then networks, functions, and all the likes and dislikes are made active. And we add the widget file. We show the last 10 files, 5 files per pages, and additional channels for content from other communities. In this case, we see that we have widgets from 3 various communities. And the next widget is the user's choice or user selector. We add the channel. In our community, it's the Munich experts. I add the participants. I add another channel, for example, hiking experts. Those are the Munich experts in my case. Or the hiking experts in this example. So I choose these users and I see that my preferred area reflects users who have who are provided with their contact info. We also change the access to our community. Any user has an ability to go through our information. And finally, we add an emblem to our community. The current status is as follows. We need to understand which information is located where. It is convenient to find corresponding experts among our users. We see the navigation menu. And the next step is adding wiki. We change the order at the upper panel by moving this widget. In our case, we've changed the widgets and we have a changed order at the upper panel of our community. And then we create a wiki page. Later, we can fill these pages up with the content that we need. And we'll link those pages to the sub-community pages, defining the navigation elements. Thus, we add for each page a corresponding link to the main community. So they will be linked together, navigation in the sub-community and in the main community. We can also do it another way. We We can put in our text and link it to the pop-up window. This is how it looks like. The next widget, we add the media file gallery. And we make all the settings, changing the name, the height. We also provide the source and specify the number of slides. These are our media gallery settings. We delete the widget file because we do not need it anymore. And we have the community where we can find any information quite conveniently and quickly, which makes our work more convenient. So what about the business applications of this community? For instance, a business project by Continental. We see the minimal navigation with various projects, and it helps us. For example, the new employees can orient themselves and they're brought up to speed. We see the tag cloud, and it simplifies our search for certain information. We just click on the tag and find all the necessary files. Another example is when we use these widgets with the folders, files, and a tag cloud. We can see the documents and the folders, which files there are in this community. In this case, we also use a widget that is not a part of a Highlight app. It is a consulting ticker widget. It helps us to focus on our work, on our business, and not get distracted. For instance, if you're a client and if you have invited your consultants, we'll just switch on our consulting ticker, and it will show us the amount of money you need to pay for certain hours of consultations provided. How do you add this consulting ticker widget? We add the HTML widget, choose unique name, put in our HTML code, and move the widget along the grid. We can copy this code right into the widget. It is a very direct process. So, Activities Plus. This is the widget unavailable in Connections 6.5 version. We also use an HTML widget by providing the necessary code. Here's just an example of such code. We copy this code, and we have Kudos Boards and Highlights app, which we can use in our community. Killer features in Highlights app include the navigation menu, a structured layout, content from various communities within one widget, logs, slides, user selector. That means you do not need to hop around among various communities. And that simplifies our work and makes it more convenient. So, do you have any questions?
Good afternoon, Anna. Good afternoon. Let me check the information. As far as I can see, we don't have any questions. Well, I hope that everything was clear. Yes, it was wonderful, but now I'm checking our chat and our Telegram channel. We don't have any questions. I think everybody was very clear because it was a perfect explanation. So thank you so much for this talk. It was a pleasure for me to participate in this forum. Thank you so much.